call up Captain Vance. Most of the time when I have these great ideas, I need somebody to do the work. So I always enlist Captain Christian Vance. Let's give him a round of applause for organizing this. Let's also thank Jackson State University Girls Against Gun Violence. Mr. Jacoby, thank y'all so much for being here. And I actually thought for a moment I was marching behind the baddest band in the land, the Sonic Boom. But let's give it up for our mighty, mighty Jim Hill Tigers. When I thought about this, I was watching a documentary on TV, and it was showing Dr. Martin Luther King marching in Selma, Alabama. I saw Dr. Martin Luther King marching in Memphis, Tennessee with the sanitation workers where he ultimately lost his life. I saw him marching on Washington, D.C. for nonviolence in our communities. But in 2025, we are still fighting against violence in our community. We have got to save this generation. There are better ways to mitigate conflict without resorting to gun violence. I want to say this, I saw my cousin here. I'm not immune to gun violence. My cousin, Lucinda Wade Robinson, wave your hand. She lost her son to gun violence here in the city of Jackson, Zachary Robinson. She is still fighting for justice for him 13 years later. There has got to be a better way to deal with conflict in the city of Jackson. To the youth within the sound of my voice, dream big. Dream big. When I was a kid growing up in Terry, Mississippi, I had individuals who told me that I dreamed too big. At that time, I realized I was talking to the wrong people. To the youth within the sound of my voice, you will not drop out of school and drop into a good job. Life does not work that way. It takes commitment, dedication. We have youth in our community that glorify guns. They don't glorify God. They don't glorify their parents. They glorify guns. We have got to break that cycle of violence in our community, and we do it together. To the youth within the sound of my voice, with an education and an imagination, you can be that one kid with that one voice that can change the world. The future of the city of Jackson is not mine. The future is yours. You are the future. I want to leave you with a couple of affirmations before I step down. You are amazing. You are brilliant. You are courageous. You're dynamic. You're educated. You're fabulous. You're great. You're honorable. You are intelligent and incredible. God bless you. Thank you for coming out, and please continue to pray for and support your Jackson Police Department. Thank you.
Let's get up Chief Joseph Wade one more time. Like I said, if you're up, you guys can sit down, you understand. Like I said, we have several speakers today, and just looking at everybody on the stage, people that I trust and believe in, and are moving things across the city. They're all advocates for the youth. And this next person who's going to speak is no different. He's a product of JPS. He's a product of Jackson State, and now he's the principal of JPS. And I believe in him tremendously. The principal of Powell Middle School, another principal, Terrence Hill.
Morning. This is amazing. This is awesome for us to have the opportunity this morning on a fabulous Saturday morning where we could be doing a lot of things this morning, but we are here to address the real issue, an issue of violence and crime that's going on in our communities in Jackson. And we want to be very diligent and very specific with what we bring to the table. The first thing I want to talk about, I appreciate Chief Wade so much for his words and affirmations And as principal of Powell Middle School, I strive every morning, every single day to speak affirmations to our youth. They are the future of not just Jackson, the state of Mississippi, every community in our nation. And it's up to us to pour in every ounce of greatness into them. The way we talk, the way we walk, the way we model things each and every day plays a difference. And it starts with us. Every day I ask myself, how am I setting the stage to make a difference for how I carry myself every day in our communities? One of the things that we have to really be intentional about is how we problem solve with our students. We have to teach our children that it's okay to walk away. We have to show our children that it's okay to agree to disagree. We have to show and teach our children that there's ways that we can find solutions to conflicts. We have to continuously model that. And I'm confident that as we do that day after day, time after time, the solutions to our issues will be addressed. But it starts with us. Every day that we wake up, are we asking ourselves, are we doing, are we modeling all the correct things in order to make a difference? Believe it or not, adults, our children watch us. Every step of the way, they watch us. They may be in a corner somewhere peeking around to see how we act in certain situations. And please believe, when you're not around, that's when those actions come out. So I ask you today, how are you carrying yourself? What are the conversations that you're having? How are you modeling yourself each and every day? It starts with us. It starts with what we're breeding into our children. It starts with what we're breeding into our communities. And I'm a firm believer that when it's their time to take the seats and take over with the jobs that we have, I'm confident that we'll do a great job and they'll do a great job as well. So once again, this is an awesome event. Looking forward to the change that it will make, and I'm honored to be here this morning. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Principal Hill. He's part of the future of this city, and I'm very encouraged. I'm very hopeful that we have people like him around and encouraging and teaching our children every day after we kiss them and they get on the bus. We got people like this in JPS that are carrying our children along. Our next speaker is somebody who's been an incredible advocate for the youth for a very long time. And it seems like each year she takes on more and more and gets more and more creative to find ways to deter crime and to pour into these children. I'm always very pleased to work with her. And she reaches out to you and asks you, what can she do for you? That is uncommon. She'll call you and ask you, what can I do for you? So without further ado, Judge Carolyn Hicks, give it up for her.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Uh-oh, Chief. Let me first say, I think I started the standing thing because if I would have sat down after that walk, I wasn't going to be able to get back up. But I am grateful to be here with you today. I first want to applaud all the young people who are here. Let's give them a huge round of applause. You could be anywhere else but here. You could be on your games. You could be in your bed, but you chose to be here. To Chief, I want you to not be discouraged by the numbers we see here. These are the folks who care. Yes. But what we know about people who care is that they will go back to their neighborhoods, they'll go back into their homes, they'll go back to their community right here in South Jackson and carry the message that they are advocates for change in South Jackson. That young people need to put the guns down, that young people need to think of other ways to solve conflict. But parents, I implore you, it is up to us to model that for our children. I cannot tell you how many times folks who are under the voice of these people call me in the middle of the night and they want to know, can they bring a child into the detention center? And when we ask the question, well, what is going on? Well, the child is breaking the TV. Well, what happened? Well, mama took the cell phone. Well, what's going on? And I hear mama in the background calling that child all kinds of names, like they a grown person. It starts with us grown folks. It starts with us parents. We have to hold ourselves accountable because our children learn how to navigate conflict by watching us. Now, I'm not blaming parents for everything because we know we send our kids out into the community, we send our kids out into society, and we hope that we give them the tools that they need. But we can do everything that we can while they're under our watch to make sure that they're as successful as they can be. Number one, kids have got to go to school. If your children are not in school, then you leave them up to the influences of other folks. That is so critically important. And not just go to school, but parents, you have to be involved and engaged at their schools. You need to know what's going on with your children at school. And we need to have more programming for young people when they leave school. I know Chief Vance talked about, I'm always reaching out and asking, what can we do? I'm sorry, Captain, I gave him a promotion. My bad, Captain. My bad. I have no jurisdiction there, I'm sorry. But I'm looking at Chief and thinking about Captain Vance. And the reason I'm calling all the time is because I want to know what can we do to help engage young people. And so those of you who are out here who are a part of nonprofit organizations, who are funding nonprofit organizations, I see philanthropic groups out here. I'm calling you out. Support those who are doing the work. Support those who are invested in our young people. Give them the tools to help these young people not just survive, but thrive and be the best that they can be. Thank you all so much for your time. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your attention, but most importantly, thank you for your conviction. I'm gonna turn it back over to Chief Vance. Sorry, Captain. I ain't giving it to Captain. I ain't gonna get in trouble. I'm gonna let you give it back to Cap.
You guys get it for profit chance now. I'm not gonna argue with her. I'm standing on the shoulders of giants. But that was great, and she's so true, so right. She's always trying to find a problem to solve, and she's a great leader in that way. Next up, we'll have a voice from another boots on the ground community advocate that is always there. We're gathering, if we're fighting for a good cause, he pops up, he is there. He's got his ear to the neighborhood, he knows what's going on, and a lot of times he can reach people that maybe we can't reach. He's a strong brother, and I want to bring up Mr. Christopher Cooper of Better Men Society.
Good afternoon, everyone. Chief, I'd like to commend you for all the hard work you have been doing since you've been in office. You've been showing up, and sometimes all we got to do is just show up. Your presence is very important. We can do so much more with numbers. And the Bible says he only needs a faithful few to be able to change many. So today I see a faithful few here. I stand before you as Christopher Cooper for the Better Men Society, founder of Anointed Soldiers for Christ, which is the activist for Stop the Violence, which y'all know our founder got killed by gun violence. So now it's more important to me than ever. I done lost plenty of family members, plenty of friends with gun violence. But with that gun violence, we know that it detoured economic development in our black communities. If we don't get that gun violence up under control, then we know that our community is steadily going to fail. But to bring that unity together like we did today, we're going to take more of us to bring unity together to clean up a community. With that being said, we got to carry out more love into our young people. Our young people are just missing love and leadership. And I hear over and over that they saying, it starts at home. Well, it does start at home. Because everything they pick up, they're going to imitate. Children got to learn behavior. Even from the ages of 3 years old, if you put it in front of them, then they're going to pick it up and learn it. And then they're going to start executing what they learn. So what we got to know, we got to start putting that television in front of them, that music in front of them, and we got to start putting more books in front of them. If they don't know how to read, then we get with one of these organizations. I'm quite sure that we can get you connected with a reading program. But I stand here before you today saying, let's continue to fight the good fight of faith. And I want all my young people out there just to say that I am chosen. Come on, y'all get loud in there, the football game. Say, I am chosen. I am chosen to be a king or a queen. I got females out here, so listen. I'm going to say king or queen because the female going to say queen and the king's going to say kings. I am chosen.
I am chosen
to be a king or a queen. I am chosen.
I am chosen
to be somebody.
to be somebody.
When they say I'm nobody,
When they say I'm nobody,
I am chosen
I am chosen
to be greatness. I am chosen
I am chosen
to perseverance through the trials and tribulations.
to perseverance through the trials and tribulations.
I am chosen
I am chosen
for the storm that I went through. I am chosen to walk this path of life that God created me to walk.
to walk this path of life that God has created me to.
Say, I am chosen.
I am chosen.
That I am that light that's set up on that hill that cannot be hid.
I am the light that set up in the hill that cannot be.
So let that light so shine throughout Jackson, Mississippi, and let's bring about change in the city of Jackson. I am Christopher Cooper, the president of the Betterment Society, the founder of Northern Soldiers for Christ. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Cooper. Really appreciate you, man. Now, we're going to hear from our youth. We're going to hear from our young people. This whole thing is about them, and they have something to say. And I was very encouraged as myself and other JP officers went throughout JPS and talked to these kids. They were encouraged, and they had passion, and they had something to say. So now, without any further ado, representing Girls Against Gun Violence, he's the lone brother in Girls Against Gun Violence. He goes those beats, he holds it down, he stands tall, man. He stands tall, and he is a student at the greatest university this side of heaven, 1400 John Lynn Street, Jackson State University. Yeah, y'all cue it up. There we go. So without further ado, I give you Mr. Zion Washington.
Good morning. Good morning. How we feeling today? Feeling great today. So a little bit about me. I am Zion Washington. I am a freshman political science major at Jackson State University, the I love, and I'm just going to share with you a little bit about my story and my vision for the city. So living in the south side of Chicago, I didn't have many community leaders or role models to look up to. My mother was faced with the hardship of running a single-parent household and trying to keep a roof over our heads. And since she had to focus on providing for not one, but 2 mouths each day, it wasn't difficult for me to get involved and to run things at a young age. I didn't care about helping others or being the role model my community so desperately needed. I had other things to worry about, like if the CTA bus would arrive on time for me to make it to class, or if mom had to work another late night shift and I'd have to eat dinner alone again. I didn't have much else to look forward to. This reality is all too familiar for many young black men and women in Jackson today, having to battle the dilemma of doing the right thing or going out and doing what feels good in the moment so they don't have to confront the harsh reality of their circumstances. And I am honored to stand here before you today to let you know that the issue regarding violence is not the problem, but rather our young people's solution. Their solution to dealing with emotional trauma, their solution to not having a father figure or role model to look up to, their solution to feeling like they live in a community where law enforcement does not have their back. As a city, if we really want to combat violence, we need to focus less on being reactive to what our young people do and more on being proactive in their lives. We must mend the relationship between those that view violence as a solution and those that want to fight it. We must begin to view our parents, teachers, and law enforcement as community role models instead of enforcers and overseers. Until we do that, there will be no lasting change. And to all young people here in the audience today, we must stop idolizing those that preach the destruction of our communities, and instead give the community leaders that stand here before you today the opportunity to shape your perspective. Because it takes 2 to make a thing go right. And there's no such thing as a one-sided relationship in this fight against violence. And for my adults in the crowd, it takes a village to mold a child, and it's going to take a village to end this war on violence. So let us stop pointing fingers at one another, claiming that one has more to blame than the other. Because the fact that it has even gotten to this point is a reflection on all of us. But today marks not just a moment, but a movement in our city. A movement to change the way we view the crime and our young people altogether. And as we continue this fight, this war against violence, let us strive to give our young people not only a different perspective, but a different solution. Thank you.
Y'all heard him. Y'all heard him. Give up for him. One of the things that, as we pick these youth speakers, that they were challenged to do is to challenge us. And as you see, it struck a chord, it struck a nerve, and they are challenging us to be better. That they are not the problem, they are the solution. They are our hope, they are our future. And brother, you knocked it out the park. You knocked it out the park, man. Goodness gracious. Goodness. We have from a college student who's going through life as a young man. We're gonna move down to some younger brothers, the Boss Brothers. Y'all come on up here. You guys have seen them throughout the city of Jackson. There's some young entrepreneurs, and they can probably teach us grown folks a thing or two about how to make it happen. So y'all give it for one more time.
Okay, hey everybody, my name is Kareem and I'm 11 years old. My name is Khalik, I'm 11 years old too. And we're the Boss Brothers. Our mission is to teach entrepreneurship and the value of a strong family through our books and animated content. Wait, before we get started, we'd like to say that there's 3 of us. Right now, it's just 2 right now because our older brother is in Atlanta. So let's give it up for that right now. Yep. Before we get started too, I want to say, who in here wants to stop crime? Raise their hand. Okay, most of you people want to stop crime, huh? Yeah. You can by giving this book to your children and then giving it to your nieces, nephews, and your children's children. This book is only $20 and it will teach your children why they should not have to go steal somebody else's money, go steal somebody else's products, or whatever they have that they want that they cannot have because they don't have the resources or money. And most crimes are usually money-based. So this book is called Boss Brothers Going to Earn. This book is going to teach you how to earn money so you won't have to take money from someone else. Now, who wants to give the power to their children, to your children, nieces or nephews, where they can learn how to make their money for generations to go on? Everyone who wants to, buy a book. They're only $20, and we'll see if we have anything else. This is our first book out of 8 of them, so make sure you buy all of them. You can check it out on Amazon.com, BarnesandNoble.com, Mississippi Civil Rights Museum, and you can get it from us. Yep, you can follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, Boss Brothers Universe. Now everyone, do y'all think gun violence is helping our community? No. Why? Then why is everybody buying guns still when they can learn how to make their own money and they can be entrepreneurs? Right. We're giving the whole community and all youth the solution where they can learn how to make their money forever.
That's right. They don't have no stops in NRA.
Because when you get a gun, and you could just keep a gun, but you can't just keep using it for violence just so you can have everything your way. That's not right. So you're creating problems for the world. You're creating problems for yourself also. And most shootings, I say, no disrespect, but most of the time there are small misunderstandings that can be easily fixed in a fast way. And we would like to shout out everyone who's on this stage right now. So everyone who's on the stage, can y'all please stand up? But but we want everybody in here to give themselves a welcome because I want them to give themselves a round of applause because they took the time out of the day to come, support, and make the youth stop the gun violence. And remember, if we can do it, you can do it too. So thank you to everyone out here. Make sure to buy a book. They're only $20, and we'll see you next time. Thank you.
Y'all give it up for the Boss Brothers, man. Goodness gracious, man. If you came here and you were worried or you didn't have any hope or it looked bleak, you should have some hope now. You should have some hope now. They are knocking it out of the park with so much confidence and so much conviction and so much wisdom. No disrespect, but I think that all gun violence could be stopped by a simple conversation. A baby just said that. He said it's a simple misunderstanding. And goodness, y'all give it up for them one more time. Come on, man. This is, man, if you were kind of sleepy when you got here, you should be awake now. You should be up now, man. Our next speaker, I'm kind of partial to him. Comes from a great family. He's a father, smart, charming, and good looking. So give it up for Solomon Vance, my son, accompanied by the Power Tiger. Y'all come on. And like all 14-year-olds, he wears a hoodie when it's 80 degrees.
My name is Solomon.
My name's Ariel.
My name is Andrew.
My name's Asa.
I'm here to speak about gun violence. So my name is Solomon Vance. I'm an 8th grader at Bailey APAC. And gun violence, it scares some of the teens at my school. Cause I talk to them a lot about it. Cause you know, so many of my friends been impacted by gun violence. And so gun violence put fear in teens' heart because we wonder if it's gonna happen to us. And so it keeps us on our feet. And I've heard some crazy stories about how teens kill other teens, and that's not right. That shows cracks in the society, and that us as a people must work harder. We must work harder to keep guns out of teens' hands. And I know that most kids grow up in a single parent household, and moms don't always be there. Gun violence messes up our future as teens. It messes up our future as teens. And okay. Okay, I'm here today because I want what's best for the future, and I have 3 little siblings. One of them 10. Her name Ariel, and I got 2 little brothers, and I don't want them to grow up because when my brothers become 14, I'm gonna be in college, and so I don't want them to have to worry about the same stuff I got to worry about now, and I want them to always be safe and protected. And I feel like that most teens my age think that consequences won't come with gun violence, but you can still get arrested and stuff. And so, that's it.
You did great. Give it up for him, please. His father lacks any issue with confidence, and he's rubbing that off on his son. His son is amazing. He's a wonderful kid. He's been in our PAL program since he was about, 5 or 6 years old? He's amazing. He's wonderful. So thank you again. Solomon, let's give it up for him.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. There's one more adult that I want to come up here and speak, and then we'll get back to the kids. But we do have a special guest with us today, Judge Jimmy King. If you want to say a few words, give it to the judge.
Good morning. I'm Judge Jimmy Kings. I'm your Hines County Court Judge for Sub-District 2. Let me say one thing about Judge Hicks. She didn't tell y'all she is the youth court judge. And in my opinion, she's the hardest working judge we got in this state. And she's the only judge I know of that has court all day, every day. Okay? All right, so when I heard Chief Wade talk about this event, he talked about, we always hear coverage about our kids when they get in trouble, when they made the wrong decision. And we don't hear enough about our kids that are doing the right thing. So I said, I gotta be here. And it's just so good to see all our youth, all these well-spoken young people out here doing the right thing. We just want to celebrate y'all. So as a sitting judge, as a former prosecutor, former public defender, over the last 15 years, I always got involved with youth after they made that wrong decision. So anytime I get a chance to come out and talk to the youth and get involved and try to keep them on the right track, I want to be here to do that. So if there's anything I can do to help, please just stop me, talk to me, let me know what I can do. I'm glad to be here. Thank you.
We have one more speaker. we were going through all these schools, Murrah, Forest Hill, and Powell, and Jim Hill, and Blackburn, and there was one last school I didn't want to go to. I'm a Murrah Mustang.
I am too.
There we go. There we go. Bleed blue. And so, to my chagrin, I went to Callaway. Oh. But I'm glad I went to Callaway. Because as I spoke to the young kids at Callaway, I said, you know, we're going to have opportunity from the kids to speak. And without hesitation, this young man, John Bell, raised his hand and said, I have something to say. With confidence and passion and conviction. That joker made my, he don't even know, he made my day that day. To stand up in front of your peers and say, I have something to say. I have a voice that needs to be heard. And I was so encouraged by his confidence that he had hope for the future. And so I bring to you the best way I can, Mr. John Bell.
All right, John. All right, John.
Good morning, fellow Jacksonians. My name is John Bell. I'm in 11th grade and I currently attend Callaway High School. Today, we gather not only to rally against gun violence, but to also honor lives lost. Sons, daughters, classmates, neighbors, and friends who are no longer with us because of this ongoing crisis. A Clarion Ledger report posted on April 4, 2025 by news reporter Pam Dankins stated that 80% of identified homicide victims in Jackson in March 2025 were under the age of 27. With the youngest victim being just 17 years old. This report is just a list of numbers put together. These were young people with dreams, goals, futures that were stolen. These were individuals who should have been graduating, starting careers, raising families, building better communities. Instead, we're left with silence where there should be laughter, and memorials where there should be milestones. But today is not what we lost. Today is all about what we can build. We can build peace. We can build understanding. We can build communities where our young people don't have to grow up afraid. Where a simple walk to the store to school does not come with fear. Ending gun violence starts with us, the youth, the leaders, the educators, the families, and the faith communities, and every concerned citizen in Jackson. We have a voice. We have power, and we must demand change, not just in laws, but in mindsets, resources, and the systems that continue to fail our people. We need more safe spaces, more mental health support, more opportunities for young people to thrive. We need mentorships, jobs, education to see that values every life, not just the ones that make headlines. Let this rally be a spark. Let it inspire action. Let it remind every young person out here that your life matters, your voice matters, and your future is worth fighting for. We are Jackson. We are strong, and we will not be silent. I want to personally thank Captain Christian Vance for allowing me to speak here today in front of all you all. And I also want to thank the Jackson Police Department for hosting this rally. Is it the first step to make this community a better place? Thank you.
So you guys have heard from these children, and they've issued challenges. They said what they need. He so eloquent stated what he did. He didn't say shoes. He didn't say game system. He didn't say the newest iPhone. He said we need safe spaces. We need mentors. We need mental health help. We need jobs. We need opportunities. These are things that we can provide that yield fruit. They will not wither away. They will not collect dust. These are the investments that we should make as a community. It is our responsibility to set the stage for them. Their only responsibility is to give us their best effort. That's all they got to do. Give us their best effort. But it's our responsibility to set a stage where we have the opportunity to show not just the state, to show the country what a police department, what a court system, what a school system can be. What it can be if we work together. Everybody up here loves Jackson. Everybody with this uniform on loves Jackson. Everybody who serves Hines County Court System loves Jackson because we could be a million places, but man, we are here. And so to our children, as Zion eloquently stated, there is no one-way relationship. We love you. We care about you. We need you. But you have to tell us what you need. All right? Can y'all hear me? Boss brothers, pals, everybody, I want you guys to know that. And so before we close out, we'll have some closing remarks from Chief Joseph Wade.
Thank you. There's so many people that put this together today. It wasn't just me. Let's give it up again for Captain Christian Vance. And I'm sure I'll be calling him over the next week with another epiphany, which means more work for him. All right? I want to recognize our lead chaplain, Pastor Rose Jenkins, Pastor Bishop Jenkins. Please raise your hand. Thank you so much for my spiritual encouragement every single day. Chief, I just want to pray for you. All right? Thank you so much every day, every morning. I appreciate their encouragement. Brother Hopkins, thank you for the work you're doing in the community. Brother Holiday, thank you for the work you're doing in the community. Chris, thank you for the work you're doing in the community. We need help from the community. We are not going to police our way out of social issues in our community. I say that almost every single day. Social issues within our community. It hurts my heart on a weekly basis when I'm sitting in my office and mothers and grandmothers are sitting across from me at my desk telling me about their son or grandson who has lost his life here in the city of Jackson. That is trauma and generational trauma that they will never, ever get over. And it's young men killing young men in our community. We've got to break the cycle of violence, and this is how we do it, by working in lockstep with the community. Thank you for coming out, and we will end in a prayer because we know that it is needed with some of the demonic and evil spirits that we're dealing with in our community. Again, thank you so much, and God bless you.
Bringing up Bishop Jenkins to close us out in prayer. If your vehicle is here, you can feel free to drive. If you're walking back to the site, our motors will lead us out again.
Let us pray, and all of you give your attention to this moment of prayer. We want to thank God for our chief and his staff. Let's give them a hand, please. Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day as we've gathered because of our chief with such a great vision to believe that there can be greater in Jackson, Mississippi. We will not allow violence to take over our city because, God, we believe that prayer is able to reach every violent child. We believe that the city of Jackson be turned around. And we pray, God, today will be the beginning of a new day for the city of Jackson. And again, we thank you for our great chief. Give him another hand.
Thank you so much, Bishop. Thank you so much. Amen.